Welcome back to another video on BC Exotics. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the two new Repti-Life Vivariums I recently received, which were in the previous unboxing video. So as you can already see, in front of me I have the 5-foot or 60-inch Repti-Life Vivarium, which is actually a Repti-Lux. And I got this about 3 weeks ago, and I've had my two new Red-Footed Tortoises in there. These two are adults. I do have another one which has another adult female in. I've got a male and a female in here. The male is the one with the smoother back, and the female the one with the more rigid shell. Overall, so far, I've been pretty impressed with these vivariums. And today I'll be talking about the advantages and disadvantages of having them, and also what I like and don't like about them. So the brand Repti-Life is actually quite a fairly unknown brand, as they haven't been around for that long, and they don't offer loads of products. They mainly focus on vivariums, but recently they've been coming out with more and more stuff, and so I'll leave the link for their website in the description so that you can have a look at it if you want to. And so in front of me I have the 5-foot vivarium. I mean, it's pretty good. The main advantage was that it was much cheaper compared to other ones, and unlike most companies such as Swell Reptiles, Viv Exotic, I can't think of all the terrarium and vivarium companies, but most of them only go up to 4 foot. And for larger animals such as my boa or these Red-Footed Tortoises, they do require more space than that. And so it's pretty good that Repti-Life offers just as stock, so you can get them flat packed and delivered, the 5-foot vivariums. And the biggest size I think they do is 6 foot, because normally to get a 5 or 6 foot you have to get it custom made, and that can take sometimes 6 weeks, which is quite a long time. And then they're normally delivered already built, which can be really inconvenient if you're trying to get it upstairs or through doors like I am. So this vivarium cost me £170 and is 5 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot, and the 6 foot one is £200, so £30 more, and that's 6 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot. I have just cleaned out my tortoises, so their vivarium is looking quite clean, as they are incredibly messy and are constantly getting mud and soil in their water dish, and so they're just eating now. I've tried so hard to clean the glass, but it never stays clean, as they just constantly scratching it, and so I take it out and clean it about once a month. But for the vivarium, the glass is quite easy to move, so I do have to use a wedge. The glass itself is actually very strong, as the tortoises will push against it, and I've had no issues with that so far. But it's quite easy to slide, and so that's why I need to use a wedge, which I have lots of. They're fairly cheap. I got them for like £3 for a pack of 3 off Swell Reptiles, and so it does, because they could just push it across. One thing that is slightly annoying is that the ventilation don't come with any holes, and so I had to use a soldering iron to make a little indent there, so that I could thread the cable through. They do have some on top, as you can see up there, but they are permanent, and so I tend not to use them in case I want to change the lighting, in case maybe I switch animals for it. And so that is like a bit annoying. Thankfully a tortoise is never going to fit through there or be able to climb up there to knock it out, but if you had a snake in here, something like that, it could be a bit of a hazard, and so I'm not really sure what to do in that scenario. On the other hand, they do have a lot of space at the bottom for thick substrate layer, and so I have about maybe 4 inches of substrate just down here. As you can see, it goes down to the bottom. It doesn't look that much there, but it's about 4 inches. I would say the main disadvantage is having these slight gaps, so the glass doesn't sit flush. As you can see, it gets thinner, and then there's just a gap at the top, and this is actually quite a consistent theme throughout the vivarium. As you can see, there's another gap up here which light gets through. It's just quite annoying, because they're definitely not watertight, and I had to silicone mine all around the edges, especially at the bottom. I did test the wood, not test, but I put it against a wall to see if it was my bad construction or whether it was actually designed like this, and it was kind of a design flaw, which is slightly annoying. But if you have aqua sealant, it's fine. So up here I have my 4-foot vivarium, which I also got. It's not quite finished, as you can obviously see. I'm hoping to put my Herman's Tortoise Trio in here. Most of the things I got in the Swell unboxing video, which was my previous video, which I'll put at the end of this video, will be going in here, as it also went in the Red-Footed Tortoise vivarium. And as you can see, the glass is so much cleaner on this one than it is on this one. But another quite a big negative for some people will be that the instructions for building the vivariums are very poor, as it's the same set of instructions for all of the vivariums, and so it's not like size oriented, which can be quite like difficult to work with. But since I've made so many vivariums in the past, I did know exactly what to do. But there are some videos online which can help. But yeah, that is slightly annoying. Strength wise, these vivariums are very strong. They have quite a strong design, except for the few like gaps where they don't sit flush, the pieces of wood together. Repti-Life does offer a huge range of materials, kind of like coloured veneered boards that you can choose from. I chose oak. No, actually, I didn't. This is beech. I chose beech because that kind of suits with all the other vivariums in my room. Although I know someone who has a black one and it looks just as good. Overall, I'd say that the Pfeiffer Vivarium is probably a 4 out of 5 stars compared to other brands such as Viv Exotic, etc., just because they don't offer it. Luckily, Repti-Life does, and the main thing for me was that it's cheap and the delivery is also so fast. Um, it's probably the same quality or maybe just under as other Vivarium brands, but yeah, like I said, it's so much cheaper. The 4-foot vivarium, I would say, is probably 3 stars, just because you can get the same dimensions from other brands and it is slightly better quality and easier to build as well. I would definitely recommend Repti-Life for the larger vivariums, and I would definitely buy from them again, as they are like very easy to work with, and I got it delivered to me in about 3 days after ordering it. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will leave the link in the description.